Next, let's come to the syllabus. So the first thing that each and every candidate needs to understand is that the syllabus is the most important part of this examination. And why I am saying this? See, what happens is, if you have already started, or if you have done some research about this examination, or if you have talked to people who know about this examination, what they will tell you is about this exam mainly being about 4 subjects: history, geography, polity, and economy. Now, understand one thing. Yes, these 4 subjects are very important, not only in prelims but also in mains examination. But these are not the only 4 subjects to be read. Go back to a question paper. Any year you can choose. You want to choose any year, last 10 years of question papers you can choose. What you will see is especially everything that happened after 2011. Because 2011 is when the syllabus was modified a bit in terms of prelims and mains, both the examinations. In 2013, another change was made, especially in the mains examination. So after these years, if you just do a breakup, if you see a breakup of each and every subject, what you will understand is the major 4 subjects that everyone keeps talking about, they approximately have 60% of the questions. What about the rest 40%? This 40% is where you will see that majority of the students who have not been able to qualify have suffered. It could be current affairs, it could be science and technology, it could be environment, it could be international relations, but these have been the areas where a lot of students have not done well. Government schemes, initiatives taken by the government, international organizations, etc., which are in news. So these also have to be done very sincerely if you want to clear the examination. So that's why knowing the syllabus is very important. Knowing what to read, knowing what is to be asked is very important. Let me give you a brief about it. The first thing that has been mentioned here is current events of national and international importance, meaning we are talking about current affairs, right? History of India and Indian national movement. So world history will not be asked. World history will not be asked in the prelims examination. Only Indian history will be asked. But if I talk about geography, what do we see in geography? Indian and world geography. So in case of geography, you just don't have to read Indian geography, but you also have to read about the world geography. So the physical geography, social geography, economic geography, geography of India, and geography of the world. Each of these topics have to be done. Coming to the next big subject, which is Indian polity. Now in Indian polity and governance, the main part is going to be the constitution. And the second important part will be the political system. Because constitution and political system automatically also cover Panchayati Raj, rights issues, etc. Because when I say the constitution, part 3 of the Indian constitution is talking about the fundamental rights. So this is one of the rights that you have. When I say only rights, there is a lot of difference between fundamental rights that is there in the Indian constitution and all the other rights that one can have. And this is a distinction that you will learn about in great detail when you start with your polity lectures. But you have to understand that these two automatically will cover most of these areas also. And Indian polity will remain a very, very important topic in prelims examination also and in mains examination also. Then after that, you have economic and social development, sustainable development, polity, inclusion, demographics, social sector initiatives, etc. So this basically forms your economy part. This basically will form the economy part, another very important part of your examination. Then after that, general issues on environmental ecology, biodiversity, and climate change. So this is the part of environment. And then finally, general science. So these are the areas that you have to learn. So understand that why international relation related questions can be asked. This is because of this part. Although they will not ask you about India and Pakistan, India and Myanmar, India-China relations, but rather they will focus on organizations, international organizations that have been in news in probably last 15 to 18 months. All the important conferences that have happened, they can ask questions on that. So all the summits that have happened, they can ask questions on that. So all these kind of things which have happened internationally, they become important for your examination. So this is the syllabus for your prelims examination. So understand that the very first thing that I would want you to do, since you are starting your preparation now, is that you should have a copy of syllabus with you all the time. Meaning whenever you are reading, wherever you have your study table, ensure that either you have a copy of syllabus at your study table or it has been stuck in the wall in front of you. Both in prelims and mains, this becomes an important point. Especially when you are reading current affairs, it becomes very, very important for you to recognize the areas. See, I can say that yes, history is important, but what in history? The syllabus will tell you what in history. The syllabus will tell you what in geography, what kind of issues in environment. Correct? So that's why the syllabus becomes very, very important. And I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this, that you need to have a copy of syllabus with you whenever you are studying, especially during the first few days or let's say first couple of weeks of your preparation. This should be a habit that you go to the syllabus every day, you look at the syllabus every time. Every day you give at least 5 minutes to the syllabus to understand what has been written in the syllabus, to let's say mug up what has been written on the syllabus. See, each and every subject, once the teachers take your topics one by one, they will give you a brief about that subject. They'll give you an idea about that subject. They will tell you what needs to be read, what need not be read, how to approach the paper. All these things will be told to you. But before that itself, you should know each and everything that has been mentioned in the syllabus. So that's why I'm putting so much of emphasis on this. Let's move on. This is the second paper that we were discussing as a part of your pattern, which is the CSAT paper, which as it is popularly called. You have reading comprehensions which will be asked here. Apart from that, general mental ability questions will be asked. Basic numeracy will be asked. So we are talking about quantitative aptitude, reading comprehension, logical reasoning, and data interpretation. In simpler language, this is how the division would happen. Now, apart from that, there is something else that has been mentioned here, which is decision making and problem solving. Now, there used to be a certain kind of decision making questions that were asked in the UPSC examination, but after 2014, they have stopped asking this question. And the main reason for this is the inclusion of ethics paper in your mains examination. Until 2012, you did not have any ethics paper. It was newly introduced in your main syllabus in 2013. Now, up to 2013, decision making used to be a kind of question which is similar to ethics. And that's why once ethics as an entire paper of 250 marks was introduced into the syllabus of mains examination, this is when decision making question now is not asked. This is why the questions are now not asked in the UPSC prelims paper. Usually there used to be 8 questions which were asked from decision making, where there was no negative marking. At this point of time, there was no negative marking for these 8 particular questions that were asked, but then they have scrapped it altogether, although still the notifications have shown decision making as a part of the syllabus, but specific decision making questions are not asked anymore.